Unit 5 Hero's Journey, Structures and Techniques. Now that you've reached the halfway point in your script writing journey, you've learned how to write a premise, create characters, and define the theme. One last thing you need to finish your script is understanding the hero's journey. You've probably heard of the term writer's block, but don't worry. I'm going to teach you a few strategies and techniques to overcome it and write without any blocks. Today in this, we cover these 4 techniques: Dan Harmon's Story Circle, Hero's Journey, the 3-act structure, and reference to the 36 dramatic situations. First, we'll see the hero's journey is a storytelling framework popularized by Joseph Campbell in The Hero with 1,000 Faces. It describes the typical adventure of a hero who goes on a quest, faces challenges, transforms through hardship, and returns home changed. This structure is widely used in myths, books, and films. The 12 stages of the hero's journey. 1. Ordinary world. This is where the hero's journey begins. We see them in their normal, everyday life before any adventure starts. Example: Luke Skywalker on Tatooine in Star Wars. 2. Call to adventure. Something disrupts the hero's world, pushing them toward an unknown journey. Example: Harry Potter receives his Hogwarts letter. 3. Refusal of the call. The hero hesitates or rejects the adventure due to fear, doubt, or duty. Example: Frodo in The Lord of the Rings initially doesn't want to take the ring. 4th, meeting the mentor. The hero meets a guide or mentor who helps prepare them for the journey ahead. Example: Gandalf guiding Frodo or Obi-Wan Kenobi teaching Luke. 5. Crossing the first threshold. The hero fully commits to the adventure, stepping into an unfamiliar world. Example: Neo taking the red pill in The Matrix. 6. Tests, allies, and enemies. The hero faces challenges, makes friends, and encounters enemies. Example: Harry, Ron, and Hermione dealing with trolls and Snape at Hogwarts. 7. Approach to the inmost cave. The hero gets closer to their biggest challenge, often facing their deepest fears. Example: Simba returning to Pride Rock in The Lion King. 8. Ordeal. The hero undergoes a major challenge, usually a life or death situation. Example: Luke Skywalker battling Darth Vader. 9. Reward. After overcoming the ordeal, the hero gains something valuable: knowledge, power, or an object. Example: Indiana Jones recovering the Ark of the Covenant. 10. The road back. The hero starts their return journey but may face further obstacles. Example: Frodo escaping Mount Doom after destroying the ring. 11th Resurrection. The hero faces a final test, emerging transformed. Example: Neo realizing he is the one and stopping bullets. 12. Return with the elixir. The hero returns home, bringing newfound wisdom, power, or a gift that helps their world. Example: Simba becoming king and restoring the Pride Lands. To give an example of a film following the hero's journey, one of the best examples is The Lion King. Simba starts in the ordinary world, Pride Lands. He gets the call to adventure when Mufasa dies. He refuses the call by running away. Rafiki and Mufasa's spirit act as his mentors. He crosses the threshold by returning home. The final ordeal is his battle with Scar. He resurrects as a true king and returns with the elixir by restoring balance to the Pride Lands. This storytelling structure is powerful because it resonates deeply with human experiences. Almost all epic movies follow this formula in some way. So after that, now we'll see. Next up, the Dan Harmon story. Circle is a simplified version of the hero's journey designed to make storytelling clearer and more structured. It's an 8-step framework used in movies, TV shows. Rick and Morty is a big example. And even video games. Think of it as a way to create compelling character arcs where the hero undergoes transformation through struggle. Let me break it down for you step by step. 1. You establish the protagonist. This is where we meet the main character in their normal world. We get a sense of who they are, what they want, and what their life is like. Example: in The Matrix, Neo is just a regular guy stuck in a mundane life as a hacker and office worker. Need. Something isn't right. Something happens that disrupts the hero's normal world. They realize that something is missing or needs to change. Example: Neo is searching for answers about the Matrix. He knows his life isn't what it seems. Go. Crossing the threshold. The protagonist makes a choice to leave their comfort zone and enter a new unfamiliar world. Example: Neo takes the red pill and wakes up in the real world outside the Matrix. Search. The road of trials. This is where the real journey begins. The hero faces challenges, obstacles, and learns new skills. Example: Neo trains with Morpheus, learns about the Matrix, and meets his allies. Find. Meeting the goddess. The hero finds what they were looking for: an insight, an item, a mentor, but it comes with deeper challenges. Example: Neo meets the Oracle, who tells him he isn't the one yet. Paying the price. The hero faces their biggest struggle and has to make a great sacrifice. Example: Neo risks everything to save Morpheus and faces off against Agent Smith. Returned. Bringing it home. The hero begins the journey back to their normal world, but they've changed. Example: after saving Morpheus, Neo is more confident and understands his true potential. Change. Master of both worlds. The hero returns transformed, now in control of their new abilities and understanding. Example: Neo fully embraces his power, stopping bullets and defeating Agent Smith. Best example of a film that follows this structure: The Matrix, 1999. It follows Dan Harmon's story, Circle, perfectly. Neo, starts as a regular guy. He realizes he needs answers. He leaves his comfort zone, by taking the red pill. He learns about the Matrix, search, and meets the Oracle, find. He fights for Morpheus, take. He returns stronger, return. He realizes he is the one, change. This structure makes stories satisfying because the protagonist grows, learns, and earns their victory. That's why so many movies and TV shows use it. Remember, these two, that is Hero's Journey and Dance Circle, are very important to finish the script without a block. Once you're thorough with these two, you can ace all other techniques with ease. Now, we'll see 3-act structure, which is very simple as you know what it all comes down to. Alright, let's break this down simply. The 3-act structure is one of the most common storytelling frameworks used in movies, books, and plays. It divides a story into 3 parts: setup, confrontation, and resolution. Here's how it works. The 3-act structure is a classic storytelling framework dividing a story into setup, confrontation, and resolution. Act 1. Setup. Beginning. We meet the protagonist and see their normal life. An inciting incident shakes things up. They hesitate but commit. Ends with the climax pushing them forward. Example: in The Dark Knight, Batman faces the Joker's chaos. Act 2. Confrontation. Middle. The hero faces obstacles. A midpoint twist changes things. Crisis occurs. Ends with a climax. Example: Joker's chaos peaks. Rachel dies, Dent turns evil. Act 3. Resolution. End. Final confrontation. Climax of Act 3. Story wraps up. Example: Batman defeats Joker but takes the blame. This structure makes stories feel engaging and satisfying because it builds tension, escalates stakes, and delivers a powerful conclusion. This is George Polty's 36 Dramatic Situations, a list of fundamental storytelling themes found in literature, theatre, and film. Writers use these to structure compelling narratives, ensuring drama, conflict, and emotional depth. Each situation represents a universal human experience: vengeance, love, sacrifice, ambition, and betrayal, all of which create engaging, relatable stories. Many films, books, and plays revolve around combinations of these situations. For example, crime pursued by vengeance, seen in John Wick; self-sacrificing for an ideal, Braveheart; conflict with a god, Clash of the Titans. But hey, just look at the picture. There's no need to explain more. Refer to this slide. You can do this on your own. With this, we come to an end of the structures in writing. Heavy topic feel like, right? But just remember the structures and believe me, you can do wonders. I'll conclude this module by explaining a bonus concept: how to write comedy and tragedy. Writing comedy 1. First, set up a want and take the character to a place of no return. At this point, the character should get their want, but at a cost, a catch. 2. Due to the catch, the character should go into a crisis. 3. At the crisis, the character must make a choice to overcome the situation. 4. The story should then end on a sweet note, where the character resolves the conflict and ends on a positive, uplifting note. Remember, follow this chain of events to write comedy correctly. All the techniques you've learned are created to support your writing. Analyzing and interpreting them properly is in your hands, so read them again and again. Writing tragedy. Writing tragedy is simpler. 1. First, set up a want. 2. Give the character that want, but with a catch. In this case, the character will achieve the want but only halfway through the film. 3. What makes it a tragedy is that this win will lead to the character's fall at the end. Note: read and understand the differences between comedy and tragedy carefully. Look once again through these slides. Your activity is to find the best films that suit the examples of comedy and tragedy provided. Thus, we conclude Module 5. Up until now, we've covered the basics of screenwriting in a theoretical format and laid a solid foundation. In the next module, we'll dive into how to write a scene, script dialogue, and more. I'll also share some universally accepted script writing software used in the filmmaking industry.